Hello, my name is Alexis Heimberg, and for National History Day, I'm doing a documentary on Amelia Earhart for the category Breaking Barriers. This documentary is about Amelia Earhart. She was an American aviator who mysteriously disappeared in 1937 while trying to circumnavigate the globe from the equator. Earhart was the 16th woman to be issued a pilot's license. She had several notable flights, including becoming the first woman to fly across the Atlantic Ocean in 1928, as well as the first person to fly over both the Atlantic and Pacific. She was legally declared dead in 1939, but to learn more about how she broke barriers, let's get into her personal life. But before we begin, this is my thesis statement. Amelia Earhart broke a barrier in history because not only did she become a women's rights activist, she was the first female aviator to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean. She was also the first woman to make a round-trip solo flight across the United States. She stood up for women and gave them hope when they had no rights. Now let's begin. Amelia Mary Earhart was born in Atchison, Kansas on July 24, 1897, and at a young age developed a passion for adventure. As a child, she spent long hours playing with her sister Pidge. She liked climbing trees, hunting rats with a rifle, and belly slamming her sled downhill. Some biographers have even characterized her as a tomboy. She also kept a scrapbook of newspaper clippings about successful women in predominantly male-oriented fields, including film direction and production, law, advertising, management, and mechanical engineering. Her life was influenced by the women's rights movements and World War I. She is known for being one of the first female pilots and the first woman to cross the Atlantic by airplane. She broke barriers because she was a female, and in her time, women didn't have many rights. Also, her accomplishments promoted aviation. She stood up for women and gave them hope and confidence and followed her dreams. She was loved by the media and by people all over. Women sought her advice, and little girls wanted to be just like her. She was a feminist. Her efforts helped the women's rights movement. She believed women could do everything that a man could do. She wore slacks instead of dresses, and she kept her name even though she was married. She became a nurse to help the wounded men in war. Her first flight was actually flown by two men, so she decided to do it for a second time and pilot it herself. Amelia Earhart disappeared on July 2, 1937. During an attempt to make a circumnavigational flight of the globe in 1937 in a Purdue-funded Lockheed Model 10E Electra, Earhart and navigator Fred Noonan disappeared over the central Pacific Ocean near Howland Island. She was later declared dead in absentia on January 5, 1939. Amelia Earhart died trying to break another barrier, but her legacy will live on. Thank you for watching my National History Day documentary on Amelia Earhart.